Okay, good morning, everybody. Kind of hear the briefing on the phone, but hopefully folks can hear it on the R6 viewer as well. There's quite a bit of shower and thunderstorm activity across the region right now, mostly over Oklahoma and into eastern portions of New Mexico, eastern portions of Texas into Louisiana. We are expecting that shower and thunderstorm activity to continue today, and we do have a slight risk of severe thunderstorms from north central Texas into into central Texas for possibility of severe thunderstorms this afternoon and evening, primarily a damaging wind and hail threat. And then we do have a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms for a good portion of Texas and into most of Louisiana for strong to severe thunderstorms possible this afternoon and evening also. Possibly a larger potential would be the flash flooding threat that's along the Gulf Coast from extreme southeast Texas into southern Louisiana, where we've seen quite a bit of rainfall over the past really a couple of days, and we're seeing quite a bit more this morning. So we will see areas of flash flooding over those areas, and flash flood watches are in effect from extreme southeast Texas into southern Louisiana. Taking a look at the threat matrix. So there's the areas I mentioned for today. We do have the severe weather threat over a good portion of Texas and into Louisiana, and the heavy rain and flooding into extreme southeast Texas and southern Louisiana. Tomorrow, the unsettled weather pattern will continue. The severe weather threat diminishes, but we do have heavy rain and flooding possible over eastern portions of the region, and the flash flood watches will continue over southeast Louisiana through Tuesday evening, through about 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Depending on where the rain falls today and how heavy it is over the eastern portions of the region today, we could see areas of isolated areas of flash flooding over eastern Oklahoma and into Arkansas and East Texas and Louisiana. We'll just have to see how that pans out today and what the forecast looks like going into tomorrow. On Wednesday, we will have a marginal threat for severe thunderstorms, again, mostly damaging winds and hail from eastern New Mexico into the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles and West Texas. And then the heavy rain and isolated areas of flash flooding threat will continue over eastern portions of the region, essentially through the work week from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, as we'll just continue to see chances for showers and thunderstorms over the eastern half of the region off and on throughout the week. Next slide, please. We have introduced a new color scheme on our slides that we're sending out, and so we are asking for your input. If you could send that directly here to the Southern Region Rock, and the email address is there at the top of the slide there. We would really appreciate it, because of course we're here to serve you guys, and hopefully the new color scale will match up with the SPC scale a little bit better and kind of address some of the other hazards that we're working with. So here's the areas I mentioned for today, just on the map, from north central Texas into central Texas for severe weather, and then the marginal threat for a good portion of Texas into Louisiana. Flash flooding threat will be from extreme southeast Texas and into southern Louisiana, where we're going to have flash flooding possible. For tomorrow, and Wednesday, we'll have continued heavy rain and isolated areas of flash flooding possible, and then southeast Louisiana, there's those flash flood watches that will continue through Tuesday evening for southeast Louisiana. On Wednesday, again, this is the map depicting what I was talking about earlier for eastern New Mexico and into West Texas and Texas and Oklahoma panhandles for the marginal threat for severe thunderstorms on Wednesday afternoon and evening. The drought monitor was released last Thursday. We'll get an updated map this Thursday, but the data that we look at for the drought monitor is only through Tuesday morning. We'll give you a brief at that time, but we should see some pretty decent drought relief up in north central Texas and down into central Texas just based on what we've seen. And definitely we'll see some drought relief reflected in southern Louisiana as we've seen quite a bit of rainfall the past few days, and we're going to continue to see some today and tomorrow. And space weather is really quiet with no impacts to the region, and that's all I've got, unless there's any questions.
Thank you for the update on the weather. We have the events for this week. For today, we have these events outlined in bold. If there are any questions, please type them into the chat window or unmute your phone and ask your question over the speaker. I see no questions at this time. So today in 2012, at least a dozen tornadoes affected southwest into central Oklahoma on this day. And here, this is the image of the mandatory evacuation of Arlington, Texas, from the fluid leak that was plugged in a natural gas drilling site. So, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat window or say it over the phone. If that is all,